Hello, hello. Yes, we are live here. Putting in some powered rails. I bit my tongue twice earlier this morning and then late last night. So if I don't talk too much or if my voice sounds weird, that's why. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Next one. Oh, she's really one of those mind-melting tasks that you can't get in a rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got tired yesterday of pressing W for the boat, so I'm going to be hitting up I'm going to be doing minecart. I don't care if it takes 6 minutes of pressing the W key each time I want. No, it's just no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, my fingers actually got extremely painful due to that yesterday, and I'm going to be doing a lot of building and tunneling and laying down stuff here over the next couple of weeks, and just to expand the amount of options so you don't have to come all the way down here and then all the way up to the 90K club. You can sort of have little cut throughs and intersections. It's going to look like where you go up one way, but then you can take a left and then zigzag up if you want. Different ways to get up there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. You might be thinking, oh, what's that up there? Is that the end? No, it's actually just my little sample tunnel. Eventually, this part of the tunnel will all look like this. And these are all slabs, though. All of the nether brick is slabs, at least I think it is, yeah. So the entirety of the east to west bit will look like this. And then we do plan to put in some lighting. If that's the top and this is the bottom, that means we could put sea lanterns in every like 10 blocks or something like that. We have enough sea lanterns. We have access to multiple guardian farms on here, so I'm not really concerned about supply. And the whole reason for the 90K club, I mean, yeah, it's cool to have like a base outpost where it's far away and people come and go, and it's like an economy within an economy. That's fine. But the primary, I would say the primary purpose other than that is just massive amounts of guardian farms. I think there's going to be 10 guardian farms. And we want to build them before 1.13 lands here, because that'll change the water physics and stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Just the regular in-game music today. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. At least I think that's 12. Oh, I'm not sure if that's 12. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, it is. Good, good, good. Yeah, this goes all the way out. We just did that yesterday. That will be the last one to get the powered rails. So I think before I continue to put these powered rails on, I need to figure out a junction up here. Ground control to Major Tom. Oh, we're on Empire Minecraft today, by the way. If you want to play, it's play.emc.gs. And I think it's empireminecraft.net for the forums and website and all that. As you can see, we have quite a bit of distance here. So I'm thinking what needs to be done here is this needs to be ice and this needs to be ice, and then that way we can sort this out, because this is all ridiculous here. Now, rails do have a preference. I think they have a north-south preference, but see, watch. If you place it down like this, it'll switch. So I believe it does have a north-south preference, which kind of sucks, actually. Let's see what we can do here. So eventually this will come here, and you'll be able to go here and then go straight, and this will have you go around here, and if you're going this way, it'll have you go around. It'll turn you. Now, these ones are going to have to be powered underneath. I think that should work. It doesn't matter what the spacing is here. This has to be here right before the junction. Because that's a 1, 2, 3 bends. You need to have enough momentum to get through that. Okay, I think I sorted this out now. I think this is also going to have to be a powered rail. And I may as well just to have this whole thing be powered rail here. Get up some momentum because you're going through this thing and this thing, and then it shoots you on. Okay, cool. No, we got that figured out, thankfully. Oh my gosh. I was kind of dreading that. We don't need any switches, which is good. You're just going to have some sort of maybe like a signal indicator that when someone's coming down this way. Now, see, that's something that I have actually built a one-way, forget what it is. I can have something constructed through here that could have, I could have a block like right here sticking out. Just for example, I could have a block like right here sticking out, and it could have redstone torches on either side, all 3 sides. And if someone is coming down this way, like from the east to the west, this will be lit up. And if there's no one on this thing at all, this will all be dark. But if there's someone going down, it'll have a light on just one side or something like that. I'd have to figure that out. So I'd have to do it where this one has one light, and yeah, and this one would come back here and put one like here, and this one would have all 3 of these torches lit up. So that way, if you're on a boat, you can see it, but as you come down, remember, this will all be sea lanterns, so there'll only be redstone torches here. That will be the only torches down here. So we come down, and if these ones are off, that means this is clear. If this one is off, that means this is clear. But if we come up and this one's lit up, that means that this one is being used coming to the east to west, coming towards us. Say we're going down this way in a minecart. That means the minecart's coming the other way. So this will be lit up if there's conflicting traffic, and this one will be lit up if there's already someone going away, like going the same direction. That way we know that there might be something up ahead, a minecart on the track or something like that. So I actually really like that idea. It works like a proper railroad signal where you have to stop, and you'll stop, I don't know, right here. We'll have it so if the torches are on, the power rail is off. And if the torches are off, the power rail is on. And then this won't have any rails. It'll just have a little signal thing there, and that's that. And then, yeah, I think that works pretty well. We could even tie it into this, where all of this is deactivated, we'd have to run a inversion circuit with a. We have to run redstone into a block and then a torch out the other side. That'll invert the signal. So yeah, we'll come down here. Say those things are lit. Okay, as they are now. Okay, so it'll stop us right here. And then and maybe we'll have like a little bump here where something like that, and or maybe one further back. So you're waiting on your minecart here, and you see the guy going past, and then this turns off, and then you can proceed, and it scoots you on down here. And we'll have a little booster. We'll have a booster track right here, a little booster section to just help you get going here. Now, if there's someone coming down this way, we could have a little section. That's going to be the trick, isn't it? We're going to have to take that signal out of reverse, and we're going to not allow anyone to start on this line. God, my tongue is like really killing me. Oh. So this is going to be difficult because of the chunk loading. Well, this thing is going to be turned on. This thing, I think, is going to be switched on. Okay, let's check the chunk boundaries here. So as soon as they hit this right here, this, or maybe even here, maybe it should be here, I don't know. We could always make a bypass track further on where it's one way, where it can only go one. If it's going this way, it keeps going that way. If it's going this way, it keeps going this way. We could always reconfigure it at some point here. We have the space for it. On both sides? No, just on this side actually. So the bypass would have to be on this side because there's something else built over here that isn't ours. Oh, what the heck, man? This thing is huge. Yeah, so there's this other thing over here that's built up that we can't really get around. So we don't want to get around it. We don't care about that. It's a pretty significantly sized build here. It's on par with our nether tunnel actually, and it's much wider than it needs to be too, which tells me that there's probably a rail on either side, and then probably two ice blocks. So it's probably rail, ice, rail. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the thing. Because yeah, it did seem to be. Let's check it one. So is there enough room for that? I'm just curious. 1, 2. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 across. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's actually super wide. It's actually wider than it needs to be. So you could, in theory, have a 3 ice and 2 tracks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then in one wall, 6 and 7. So this would be 6 and this would be 7. Crazy. All right, let's get back to putting this down here. I'm going to make myself a little bit more tea here in a moment. As you can see, it's still quite a distance that we have to go. But we have plenty of powered rails. And we're going to be doing the one side first and then the other side. And I figure traffic right now is low, way below needing to have two like one rail up and one rail down for the time being. So we'll just put the powered rails up. We'll focus on building out the Guardian Farms. And once the Guardian Farms are built up, then we can focus in earnest on the second one, because we're going to be bringing down minecart with chest with, you know, Guardian Farm drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So as you can see, I do have a plan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So yeah, I'm just lucky that I'm able to do these kinds of projects. I mean, look at this. Look, how cool is this? This is like, and we're gonna put like a ceiling, and the ceiling's already in this tunnel actually. I mean, you guys saw how long it was. The ceiling's already installed. We're going to change the ceiling a little bit to make it look like this, and then put sea lanterns in every so often. But look at this. Look at that. Eventually, this is all going to be this pattern. Oh my God, it's going to be so awesome. So when you go through in the minecart, it's going to be some trippy sort of kaleidoscope type thing coming at you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually do like the music in this game. It's pretty nice. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I'm not sure if any of you guys heard this article, but apparently Trump wants to track people's social media behavior or whatever to see if they're lying about being on, being disabled. And I'm like, spying on U.S. citizens, like just openly, like flagrantly like that. That's just like, it kind of makes me sick to my stomach as someone who's like on the spectrum, and like, I have, PTSD and some various other ailments. I have, dysgraphia, so on and so forth. I have a lot of energy management issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, look at that. Works out right there. I mean, if for any of my subscribers or anyone who watches my streams on a regular basis, you can tell that I really do struggle frequently with energy issues. 1, 2, 3. Like right now, I'm dragging. You guys can probably hear it in my voice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's the problem with an idea like, just because someone's like having a moment where they're having like a good day, that doesn't mean that I can do that every day all the time. You know, is that the end? Oh my god, I think it might be. No, I still have like 300 more blocks to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, to me, these live streams, they're part of my mental well-being. I mean, if I couldn't do them, I would feel really trapped in. Like, I can't really do much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, my girlfriend has me doing her dishes a lot of the time, but a lot of the time the dishes don't get done, and they pile up and pile up and pile up because I don't have any energy for it. One day I might be on top of everything. The next day everything just slips out of my hands. You know, it's really unpredictable and frustrating and maddening a little bit. But just because I don't hate my life doesn't mean I shouldn't, you know, have some sort of disability support. You know, it's kind of ridiculous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just because I'm not like shivering in a bed, like on my deathbed, doesn't mean I shouldn't have, you know, some kind of something. You know, it just doesn't. I don't know. I shouldn't have to like explain that. If that's like a concept that is like you struggle with, then there's something wrong with you. Like you're not seeing humans for who they really are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But the idea of surveillance on citizens, especially with what this quote unquote president has done thus far, is not just scary. It's like, why is he not out of office yet? 1, 2, like he's done so many outrageous things that would have gotten past presidents booted to the curb. Why is this person not being treated the same? You know, it's really scary, especially for someone like me who can't really hold a job and struggles from day to day. Like, what am I supposed to? Am I going to be like chucked in a fire if this person like gets reelected next year? You know what I mean? Like that's what we're facing here. It might sound alarmist, but that's where everything is pointing. And that if you disagree with me, then you haven't been paying attention to what this person has been saying. Telling people to like hack into emails and like beat up people and punch them in the face, and this violent, cowardly little person. I don't know, it just disgusts me. I mean, my grandfather was a World War II veteran. He died when I was younger, much younger. I think that he would be absolutely appalled and disgusted at what's going on in this country right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And I blame both Republicans and Democrats and quote-unquote independents, because we're just enabling this person to do whatever he wants to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, the right seems to want a theocracy, even though they say they're against one. But it's only if it's Christian theocracy. You can't have Islamic theocracy. Right? That's a bad, evil thing. Right? And then the left, at least the far left, they want like this utopian dream world where everything is run off of sustainable thing and blah, 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 like tomorrow. And, you know, there's such thing as going too far on both ends, okay? So the Republicans have been drifting right for probably about 20 years now. And Democrats have been split between sort of middle ground people and very far left people. And even though they might not seem like very far left people, I know I'm doing left and right opposite. I'm actually that comes in again. I'm dyslexic, so left and right to me are opposite. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah. So you saw just now. I did. I said right and left. That's actually how my brain works. When I say right, I often mean this way, left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. But it's not about me. It's really not. It's about the idea that the government is some entity out there that has an agenda is like stupid, and you're a moron if you think that. No offense. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just trying to tell you that you're a moron for thinking that. You've been played a fool. Okay? Because we, the people in this country, are the government. We elect people. The government doesn't just exist outside of the bodies, of the citizens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And it just really bothers me. Because, let me double check that actually. I think that might be 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Hey, I'm doing okay here so far. It's because I'm doing it. Is that the end yet? I think it might be. I don't know. I keep. Whoa, what the heck was that? No. I need to see actually where it ends, so I don't get my hopes up. But yeah, the fact that we just don't treat each other like with civility anymore is scary in and of itself. Like, this country was founded on the ideas of sort of personal freedom, but also freedom from religion and freedom from oppression. And the fact that we sort of have people that are like, oh, we need freedom. Like, freedom doesn't mean whatever you want. It really doesn't. Freedom means you might not like what the other person has to say, but, so too bad. It doesn't mean my way or the highway. That's not freedom. That's called tyranny. That's fascism. And let me grab some more rails here. We got rails for days, and we got supplies for building rails too, actually. Let me put... Yeah, we got plenty of supplies. And this is nether brick for the ceiling. I have a stretch of the ceiling in the main line, the the north-south line, which is 3 blocks of ice. Or just the stone slabs, and they does not have any nether brick slabs. So you guys can see I have plenty of supplies here. And I have some more of these, and so on and so forth. So we're good for rail supplies here. We have plenty. But, I mean, one of the things that we're going to have to do at some point is we're going to have to move these slabs down half a block. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. It's just really tedious and long-winded. I have to make myself a bit more tea here in a moment. So yeah, like I said before, this is basically what it's going to look like. But these don't have to be slabs. You can just use brick. Well, oh, and there's that recent tweet from Donald Trump about 9/11 or something like that. You know, not to sort of. I'm from southeastern Pennsylvania, and I'll tell you something right now. You know, two things. One, we've known about Donald Trump for decades here. He's not some new thing. He's built casinos in Atlantic City that have gone out of business. I think two or three of them actually. And his sister was a judge in Philadelphia that just retired to keep him and his siblings from being charged with, I think, fraud, tax evasion, and so on and so forth, which is really interesting. People will probably skip over that. We've known about the Trump family for a long time. They were a household name when I was a little kid. And 9/11, this quote unquote president is trying to demonize a woman and have her like blaming her for 9/11, even though she like wasn't anything to do with it at all. Like, I'll tell you something. New York City is 60 miles from here. 65 maybe, yeah, 65 miles from here. We don't take things about 9/11 lightly, because people were lost in my community. People were lost in this area on those flights and in the World Trade Center that lived around here. The pilot on Flight 175 lived in this area. So anyone who tries to weaponize the information about 9/11 or associate this or suggest, association or planning or anything like that, that's a big freaking deal, and it's wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's why it's such a problem. Like I said, it's like we don't want any religion here unless it's Christianity. And I have a big problem with that. I'm not a religious person. As you can probably tell, I am not party affiliated either. I think it's just 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I keep getting it right. I'm really proud of myself, actually. But I'm not a religious person, spiritual, any of that stuff. I don't know what happens after we die. I don't know why we're here. Frankly, I don't really care, because once I die, I don't have to worry about it anymore, do I? And why are we here? I don't know, but we're here, and we should treat it like a gift, like something special, and we don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We treat it like we know what's going on, and we try to make rules for other people to follow. I think that's really screwed up. Like, why can't we just love each other, Love ourselves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. I don't know. I just don't understand. I really don't understand. 1, 2. Oops. Let's go back because I lost track there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like Sesame Street. When I was growing up, there was Sesame Street, and there's people on there who spoke Spanish. Because there are people, especially in urban areas, that speak Spanish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have no problem with anyone speaking Spanish or from anyone from any Spanish-speaking area. In fact, my ex-girlfriend's whole family is from Spain and from Puerto Rico. And lovely people. When I went to Puerto Rico, it was amazing. I loved it. I wish I could go back there. It was really, really nice. Probably not nice anymore after the hurricane and all that, but it's another subject altogether. But to demonize people because of differences tells me right off the bat that it's all about power for that person. It's all about stratification and keeping people separated. Because if we're divided, we can't unite and we can't fight the good fight. If we're divided, we have less power than if we are united. You know, and people know that. People who want to see us torn apart, they know this. They're not stupid. Some of these people that are pulling the strings behind the scenes, and I don't know who they are, to be honest with you, they know this stuff. They develop policy to keep people divided. You wonder why there's all these shootings and gangs and all this stuff? There's no money. If you're a person of color, you can't make any money. Are you kidding me? You're lucky if you are born outside of the inner city if you're a person of color. You're lucky. You're lucky that if you find prosperity in your life. And it's because of this generations old discrimination, just absolute, just effortless discrimination on even self-discrimination, like, oh, I can't go there. There's too many people that look like this. It's really discouraging, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. My one girlfriend, she was from Canada, and her family's Guyanese originally. Her parents, I think, moved from Guyana, from South America, to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They moved to Canada when they were kids with their grandparents. And guess what? They're actually, well, supposedly, an Islamic family. And she's not religious, my ex-girlfriend, but she's from Canada, and her family's from Guyana. So she's Canadian Guyanese, and she was brought up Islamic, but she doesn't practice. And there's nothing wrong with her. Her family's just like any other family. Like, I think you really need to see who people are instead of painting with this huge 1,000-mile wide brush across all these people. I think you need to interact with people on a one-on-one basis. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just tired of people trying to, oh, I'm special because I'm this. No. Like people who are in the U.S. who say they're Irish or Italian or whatever, I'm like, no, you're not. You were born here. Your grandparents were born here. You're not Italian. You're not Irish. You're American. Like, what the heck, man? You can't just borrow someone's culture because it's convenient or fun or interesting. Like, if you say you're Irish, like, no. I forget what that's called. It's like, I don't remember what the terminology is, but it's like conveniently borrowing even stereotypical and inaccurate sort of bits of culture that we think are even true that aren't. That's what we do here in the U.S. because it's not good enough just to be a U.S. citizen. We have to be something else too, or else we're not good enough or something. I know, it's really bizarre. My family is from Scotland and Ireland and England and Germany, but I don't ever say I'm Scottish or Irish or English or German. Never. I'm American. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But I just don't understand why can't people just be happy and be who they are as an individual? Why can't we be individuals? Why can't we be satisfied with who we are individually? Our strengths, our weaknesses, all of our little quirks. Why can't we just embrace ourselves and love ourselves? Why do we have to latch on to stuff? I will never understand that. Never, 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 never. Oh, look, we're almost there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I just don't get it. Maybe I'm stupid. I don't know. All I know is it doesn't make any sense to me at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Like, oh, Trump's not that bad. It's like, what? Who compared to what? I just keep thinking this because my life is actually directly affected with government policy and law. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And yours is too, but you probably don't realize it. Probably to a somewhat lesser extent. Is that the end up here? No, it goes on for quite a bit longer. Okay, let's just not even get our hopes up there. So the goal here is to do this part and then one side today. And then I got to do some dishes if I can get up the energy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. It just seems like things aren't set up for people to succeed in this country. They're set up to divide and to instill fear and reinforce ignorance. I think that's really what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But transit biker, I'm not racist. I just respect people's differences. Dude, no you don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. But it's my heritage. What heritage? We don't have any heritage here in the U.S. aside from owning slaves and trying to police the world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But I will tell you something about this country that I love. You know, we're not going to get some unicorn that the left wants to ride across into the sunset on. And I don't think we can get much worse than Trump, to be honest with you. I think Trump is sort of bottom of the barrel. Look, there's the end. I can see it in the corner. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. many, many people, governors, attorneys general, so on and so forth, are fighting tooth and nail against Trump and his sort of Nazi agenda, which is very, fills me with a lot of hope. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. But one of the issues that I have right now is that there are so many unoccupied offices that need people to be appointed to them. Trump has just left them empty. Why? Why would you just empty out the government of appointed positions? Why would anyone do that? 1, 2. Oh, maybe to make the government less effective and cripple it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, either he's doing this all ineptly on purpose, or which is bad, or he's doing it all ineptly. Let me reword that. Either he's just doing this ineptly because he's a moron, or he's doing it intentionally, which is way worse. Which means that he's intentionally trying to destabilize his country. I mean, I don't know. When I was growing up, politicians, they were still politicians, but not like this. They weren't like this. They were more civil. Is that the word I'm looking for? They played within the same sort of ball field area. Trump is out there in like the parking lot, with a little speaker and a microphone, acting like a maniac. It's a little bit different. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need to recount this. Recount. Funny. But why do we have to sit here unsatisfied with our government, unable to do anything? Why do we have to wait 4 years? Every other democratized country in the world has, sort of vote of confidence type elections. Why can't we have that? Why aren't we doing this? Why aren't the checks and balances, checking and balancing? I don't understand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I was right. Okay. I think that'll do it for this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Hey, 12. Look at that. That was a pretty. And then there's 2 more spaces. Look at that. That was completely unplanned. I did not do the math for that at all, actually. Okay. Now that we're done this side, should probably power this bad boy up here. What do you guys think? I think we need to. But before we do that, we do need some levers. And what do we need for lever? We need sticks and cobble. I'm starting to really drag here. I'm starting to really get my energy's slipping away here. So let me check this. It's been about an hour. I had plenty of energy when I woke up, clear head.